don't fucking know. I paid for fucking Wi-Fi. I'm done. The fuck? The fuck am I supposed to do? Yeah, whatever, bro. Fuck it. I don't. It's not working. Fucking. Whatever. I don't care. I don't fucking care. The fuck, bro. I don't fucking care. I can't even fucking stream. Like, I don't fucking care, bro. Whatever. It's not working. Like, it's not like I don't pay for this shit. But it's not fucking working. It's not like I don't pay for Wi-Fi. Like, I pay every fucking month. But whatever. Cool. I don't even know, bro. Like, how the fuck... Whatever. It's good. It's good. Fuck Xfig. That's all. Bye. Whatever. It's Mr. Endure enjoys hitting woman. I'm not live, am I? You know what? Whatever. Who cares?
Remember the Endure guy? Yes.
If there's someone that's very, very young and goes into a marriage and has kids when they're like 18, 19, 20, a year into the relationship, it gets really, really abusive. Even though it might be rare from what you guys think,
it is.
If it would happen, what would you recommend for those people? Would they divorce, or do you want them to keep going in the relationship?
Keep going.
You can't divorce, and that's not a real thing.
Even though it might be like physically abusive?
You got to endure. People are too...
You want to stick into the
People
relationship?
are just...
See, I mean, look,
people
I'm gonna be
nowadays
honest.
are just...
For anyone that might be in that situation,
Bro, you're fucking pussy. You might die, you know? You're pussy, you gotta endure. Fuck Xfinity, dog. Like, I don't even know. Fuck Xfinity. Fuck everybody, every corporation. But Xfinity specifically, fuck you.
what would you recommend?
Okay,
Endure.
I don't know what the fuck they did, but the Wi-Fi is so bad. I don't even know who the car's at. Like, fuck Xfinity, fuck my weak-ass desktop. You know,
They give up
I'll tell you
divorce?
what, it is such an extreme example that I can't give a prescription for what other people should do.
What about if two people get married, they have a...
You shouldn't give a fucking prescription, idiot. Shut the fuck up, bro. Why the fuck do people have, like, a voice? The heck?
kid, and then the wife starts cheating? Do you think they should divorce?
Absolutely. Jesus himself said in cases of adultery, divorce is
So you-
Such a fucking great argument, bro. Look at the shit that they sent me. They're like, a new Windows PC laptop connected to your home network with a strong Wi-Fi signal. Die. Kill yourself.
Do you think that divorce is worse than physical abuse?
For the
Or
children...
cheating, sorry. You think that cheating is worse than physical abuse?
For the
Sorry.
children, yes.
I think I'm not going to say this.
I mean, it's abuse is different. Like, it's the type of abuse that we're talking about, you know. Like, if you're beating up the kids, it's obviously not good for the kids. But if you're like, I don't know, if you're still there, I don't think people understand how bad it is when you come from a single parent household. So even though a lot of people might not agree with me, I kind of do agree with the point of, like, you should, not you should endure if you're getting beat up. Like, I don't agree with that. But you should more of, in most cases, you should probably not, I think it's better to have a toxic parents, like, beating each other up, rather, like, to not have a parent at all. I think it's good for the kid if there's still a parent there, even though it might be toxic. It's still bad, don't get me wrong, but, like, I think not having a parent, period, is, like, much more negatively affecting versus, like, you know, a father that kicks your fucking mom in the face every once in a while. I don't know. That's just me, though.
Divorce is worse for the children.
Yeah. So he's going around explaining what he meant.
3 days later.
But I did say if there was one instance, because relationships, every relationship has fights. Every relationship has ups and downs. Anybody who says otherwise is a liar. Okay? There's conflict in relationships. Period. Even the happiest couples in the world, they have conflict. Anybody
The fuck is, what are we talking about, bro. We're talking about like that doesn't matter. We know these things. What are you trying to do? Like, we're not dumb. Like, there's no explaining this. You literally say it endure when somebody asks you like, should somebody stay in a relationship if they're getting their ass whooped? Like, it's fucking fascinating how stupid you think we are. You know, like how dumb do you think a person is? I mean, she's pretty dumb. She doesn't look smart the way she's fucking listening to you. Somebody should even fucking listen to this shit, dog. Like, how dumb do you think we are? Like, there's no explanation here. Like, you're stupid. You say that dumb thing. It is what it is. You know? Okay, now the fucking video isn't playing. Oh my god, bro. No, bruh. No, you don't understand. It's
But
like
who denies that? Like I said, they're lying.
somebody's hating on you.
I think you just substituted or slipped something in there very slickly as if it made your argument. Nobody said there aren't.
Experiencing interruptions? Dog, no. Somebody's fucking hating on me today, bro. I don't know what's going on. There's some voodoo shit. Well, the Wi-Fi isn't working. The stream, I'm pretty sure, isn't working anymore. It was working, but I'm pretty sure it's gone. Yeah, it's gone. It's fucking gone. Great. I can't anymore, bro. I just don't have the fucking... Jesus Christ. Anyway, back to the endure guy.
Conflicts in relationship.
That's not what's
Nobody said there aren't fights in a relationship. What people said is just because those things exist doesn't mean you put your hands on your partner during one.
even once.
Even once.
I don't want a traumatized woman in my life. I don't want any history of trauma. I've dealt with those kind of fucking nutbags, and I don't ever want to deal with it ever again. I want to deal with a normal, mentally stable, healthy woman. So,
you think you're normal? Exactly.
in what sense?
That's getting the dog shit beat out of her, you know. I just want like a normal, you know, wife that I could punch once in a while, you know. It's like every now and then you kind of like want to like, you know, you want to like RKO your fucking wife. It's like, what are we talking about, bruh? He's like, yeah, I need a fucking normal wife, you know. If I could like spear her, like he's like Superman puncher and all. Like I could take it normal way. Like, shut the fuck up, bro.
Well, do you think you have healthy habits?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
Some motherfuckers must really hate you. Because after the last video, I just got people sending me everything. What did you say?
I punched a Latina bitch in the face at Rakon. What's Rakon?
It's a club in Japan.
Bitch in the face at Rakon.
Look at the picture, bruh. Oh my god. Fuck me. He's like, I punched the Latin bitch in the face at Rakon. Good memories, LOL. He said that shit like he really had fun when he punched her in the face. He said, good memories, LOL. Good memories is funny.
What's Rakon?
It's a club in
So like slapping a chick in the face.
Japan. He lives over there. He was talking shit to some guy. I guess people just linking the group chats. He was talking shit to some guy, and the guy said to him, well, at least I've never been arrested for glassing a bitch. And he's like, yo, why are you so sensitive? Are you going to leave next? So that's the MLD saying, like, why are you so sensitive? Why are you bringing that up? And the guy says, I'm not sensitive, just giving back some. And then MLD says, you act like that's the last bitch I'll smite on this planet.
Well, do you think you have healthy habits?
Yeah.
I think it's very bizarre that someone accuses or says that you bottled a woman in the face, and your response is, that didn't happen. Your response is, are you being sensitive right now? Why are you bringing this up? Then it makes me really think you did do that shit. Also, how would you kill this for being so disgusting? Personally, I think a good old-fashioned bludgeoning is the way to go. Big old monkey wrench to the head. And then he posts her picture in the group chat.
I don't want a traumatized woman in my life.
Time to beat Aya. I'm gonna beat Aya for not being.
Stop. This is fake. Nobody says time to beat Aya before beating up Aya. Damn, poor Aya. Jesus fucking. You know, he's announcing it via text. Like, imagine texting your friend, I'm about to beat my wife up. Like, that's something that he's supposed to know. Like, what the fuck? Time to beat Aya. What was it?
Pretty enough. I have to beat Aya for letting this happen.
And I want to deal with a normal, mentally stable, healthy woman.
I will glass a bitch with a champagne bottle for the honor of the group. If this happens, I'll have so much fucking money. I'm gonna glass
17
That's like 17 inches. Now, mind you, everything here I've been sent screen recordings for, so none of it is like edited photo. So this is him contacting somebody else about the incident in Japan. He goes, and you can see the video as he's scrolling. He says, "Hey, sorry to bother you about this. This guy attacked an innocent girl in Roppongi, and the police found him. I heard he did something to you. Is that true?" And the woman in question, who's Japanese, she goes, "Yes, true. What him make for the girl?" Which I think is her broken English. Yeah, I know he's a real scumbag.
for the girl. What?
Is it true that he punched you in your face? And she says, "Yes." What happened with the other girl? And he says, "Are you sure it's
Fucked up that I just laughed at that? Oh no.
definitely this guy?" To which she replies, "Yes." And so a couple other people from Japan contacted me and said that this guy was charged for bottling a woman in the face after she rejected him at a club. This went to court. He settled out of court. The woman has a scar across her face. She didn't want to come forward and bring this up, nor did she want.
What the fuck? Is it the same guy? Am I tripping, or is this the same guy that like kicked the girl out for rating him a 5 or some shit? Glassing? Oh, Jesus Christ. I mean, yeah, endure, I guess.
Want to be involved because she's been traumatized by the experience since.
Enough.
And people send me messages to people that know her and people know of the incident, and all these are real. I made sure they sent me videos to show me they didn't fake no fucking DMs.
And that was like a club in Japan.
Oh Lord, bro. I can't, bro. I can't anymore. I don't even know if I'm gonna finish today.
Yeah, and he's also being charged for somebody else.
What's going on, bro? Am I like attracting negative energy to myself at this point? It keeps like stopping out of nowhere. I'm pretty sure the fucking stream is fucked up.
Japan. So it's
Okay, just endure.
why am I bringing all this up? Listen, group chats are your business. Personally, I've never been in a group chat where folks brag about punching women in the face or take joy in talking about how they want to
Glass a chick in the face, like glass or nah, bro. What the fuck?
somebody that they saw on Bumble because they're ugly. Okay. But when this guy is getting on podcasts talking about he wants a well-adjusted, normal woman who's not traumatized, I'm like, brother, do you hear yourself? Do you see the stuff that you be writing? And then you want to be on a podcast telling women like, yo, listen, if you get hit once or more,
Endure.
endure. This is the person telling you to endure.
I told you was putting some olive oil and some garlic. You were about to cook.
You're like, what am I reading, bro?
Yo, look at the flick of the wrist. Look at the flick of the... Yo.
Again, maybe that's how you guys talk in your group chats. Maybe I'm unaware because I only spend my time in 2 group chats, and it must be PG-13 compared to some other people. I don't know. So you guys let me know in the comments. Is this normal for your group? Because if it is, then maybe I need to take all this
Maybe
shit
it's
back.
you.
What? Is it? I don't know. That's why I'm actually asking. I really don't know.
I do not know.
But considering he's been charged, he's being charged again. He's got enough cases against him. A lot of these dudes in these spaces want to always claim they're not anti-woman. But every time you peer behind the curtain, every time you look into it, every time you find out who they really are when the cameras aren't on, it just don't sound good. I mean, it don't sound good on camera, but it sounds even worse behind closed doors. Nobody online's perfect. Nobody online, but anybody who's trying to convince you to stay in a situation probably doesn't have your best interest in mind. And I'll also say this. A lot of people from the last video we did on this topic were saying, oh, you took these guys out of context. Go play the full clip. Go play the full clip. You know, a lot.
What context is there? I don't know what people even mean when they say shit like that. It's like, what context do you need? You do understand context doesn't include like what you're thinking in your mind while you're saying shit, right? Like that's not context. Like, what more context do you need from like somebody that's saying endure when you're like getting beat up by some dude? Like, come on, there's no context there, you know.
A lot of these guys want to sit on a podcast, and the moment some woman says something radical like, I love to fleece men, they're quick. They get off their fucking seat to put her in her place. You want to rob men of their money through divorce? Absolutely. And you should be calling these women out.
Yeah.
But then the dude sits beside you and says you should endure getting beaten by your husband or beaten by your wife in a marriage. And all of a sudden, these same people get real quiet. They don't got much to say.
I don't think he said beaten by your wife. Maybe he did. Maybe he does think that way. Who knows? You know? Who knows? Because when they say, I don't know. These people are weird.
Quiet. They just say that, hey, no, man, you took him out of context.
Yeah.
Listen, nah. Keep the same energy.
Or they'd be like, I don't know what to say. I wouldn't know how to advise somebody. I wouldn't know. Well, what if a woman cheats on her husband? Divorce. All of a sudden, you got plenty of prescriptions, right? You think people can't work through some infidelity, but you think that people should stick around through physical beatings? I don't know. It's just bizarre to me when I hear some of this stuff. So sometimes it's not even what's said. Sometimes what's not said. Sometimes it's the change in your energy. You loud and proud when it comes to shaming single moms and all this other stuff. But we talk about folks beating on women or beating on dudes, all of a sudden you don't keep that same energy. That's when you look sus. Keep that same energy for everything else. If you care as much as you claim. That's all I'm saying.
Keep going in the relationship.
Keep going.
You can't divorce, and that's not a real thing.
Even though it might be like physically abusive.
So like keep beating her up? What the fuck?
Gotta endure. People are too.
You want to stick into the relationship.
People are
is
just.
supposed-
I mean, look,
people
I'm gonna be
nowadays
honest.
are just.
For anyone
Situation.
that might be in that situation, what would you recommend?
Okay,
Do you
here's-
think
Endure.
I'll tell
would
you
they
what.
give up
I'll tell you what.
divorce?
It is such an extreme example that I can't give a prescription for what other people should do.
What about if
3 days later.
Because I guess what they're trying to say is like if
Asked you
a
fucking give a prescription. Like it's like, what would you say? Like if somebody came up to you, it was like, yeah, my husband is like beating the shit out of me. Is the first thing that comes out your mouth is gonna be like, yeah, Jesus Christ said, Jesus himself said. Like if that's what you're gonna say to a person coming up to you and telling you that they're getting their ass whooped by their husband or whatever, then you have a huge problem as an individual,
man is continuously beating a woman
We're
in a
talking about
relationship.
physical abuse, yeah.
Right. So they're trying to say that I'm saying that if a man is continuously beating a woman in a relationship, that he
That
and
she should
her
stay.
should stay and endure the thing. That's not what I said at all. But I did say if there was one instance, because
what did you say there?
You didn't say that at all. And we can play the tape back.
Play it.
I think sometimes people get on podcasts.
I don't even want to play the fucking shit back. You say that, boy. It's like, it is what it is, Sometimes your true colors show, and at times like that, there's really nothing you could do, There's really nothing you could do. You are indeed a certified wife beater, which is great.
And start talking.
Not even.
And there's what they say.
Because you're not even beating up your wife. You're beating up like women in clubs who rejected you, which is like a different type of law. Doesn't get lower than that. Fuck.
In their head or what they think and feel and what they actually say outwardly. Okay? I think he's just doing some damage control now because I think he thinks his take is better. Where it's like, if you get hit once, then, you can work things out. I'll be honest with you. I think once is too many times. Personal. Thoughts?
Go on. You cooking right now.
The thing about these types of situations is it really matters, like what the relationship is, how it escalated to them beating each other up. Like these things matter, okay? These things matter. I think if you're getting beat up once, it's definitely gonna get, it's going to be a team. If he beats you up once, he's probably going to do it again, okay? And next time, it's not just going to be a slap in the face. It's going to be a punch in the stomach or some weird shit. And the shit like that, kind of people get stuck into these fucked up relationships because of that, Like if he beats you up once, or like not beats you up, but like slaps you in the face once or some shit, and he's very... and he apologizes and he's like shocked that he did it, blah blah blah. And maybe he changes, maybe. You know, I don't know. Once might be like, okay, sure. But like to do it a lot of times, okay, it's crazy. I don't know. I think physical abuse is where like the boundaries should never pass. Like you should draw the line there. But yeah, I think that's where you draw the fucking line. Anyways, I don't know.
Things can get heated. Words can be said. You can even maybe even punch a wall. When you put your hands on the other person, you cross and this is man or woman. If a woman starts hitting you, I don't even feel that different.
God damn, did you put garlic in there?
Why is that?
You cooking?
Does it make you horny if a woman start? You know what? Forget it.
I don't feel it's that different. I think that's a very strong line you're crossing. And most of us who've never put our hands on a partner, okay, well, no, that's not a line you... I've been in a lot of arguments. Punching my girls never come up. But maybe I don't have...
I mean, I don't know, bro. For me, even once is pretty crazy. I'm just thinking about, like, I think once that it gets to that, I don't know, bro. What if it ever gets to that with me, if I'm ever in a situation where, like, she starts beating me up, I think, like, the first time that happens, I'm gone. I don't think I'm giving it, like, a second chance. I'm not giving her a fucking second chance. I don't know if that's what a lot of people believe. Like, it's not that crazy if somebody takes back somebody who's beating them up, or like who put their hands on them, like, for the first time. Like, if he or she she put her hands on you for the first time and you take her back, that might not be crazy. But like, if that happens a lot and you just keep taking them back, that's a fucking problem. You know? But for me, just because of how I am, if you do that once, that's it. You're out, baby. Don't fuck with me. You know? Because we can't have, like, if you're too emotional to the point where you can't even, like, control yourself physically to the point where you have to attack me, nah, bruh. Nah. We're not doing that.
I have the experience, so that's why I'm turning to you.
No. As a matter of fact, that's something that I told her when we was kids, and I told her, never scream at me. If you need some time to reflect, to calm your spirits down because of something that I did, please do so. If I ask you, is there something wrong? And I see there's something wrong, don't tell me, no, there's nothing. Tell me I want to talk about it now, and we'll talk about it later. So we can calm ourselves down. Because once the screaming, the insult, we're not insulting people.
I have a theory about that, which is like, I think some couples like it. I think some couples who are together for years actually like screaming at each other. Like, I genuinely believe that. It might be because I'm from like a horrible from a horrible household. You know, I come from a 2-parent household, but still it was pretty fucking toxic. And I came to the conclusion, okay, which basically was because my mom and dad used to scream at each other like throughout my life. Since I was born, they were screaming at each other. Hell, they were fucking beating each other up for like a good second before they stopped. But they still stayed together. And my overall perception as a kid was like, they're doing this and they're terrible and they probably hate themselves and they hate their life. But I used to think that. Like, I used to think like they used to hate each other. But like, as I started growing, I started understanding that I think they might actually enjoy, like, fucking arguing. Like, I think they enjoy it, dog. Like, I think it, like, spice things up. Like, I really used to think it fucking spiced things. Like, it spiced things up. Let's be honest. I think some toxic relationships kind of, like doing it. I don't like doing it. I will never do it, in fact. I don't like screaming at each other. I never scream at anybody. If anybody screams at me, I'm not going to tolerate it. Like, I'm not going to be there for that bullshit. Probably going to leave the room. I'm not here for screaming, okay? It's not productive. It's it's just energy consuming. There's really nothing that we're achieving by screaming at each other. So I don't really like that. You know, I like having conversations, for the most part, and that's how most of my beefs go. Like, especially family and whatever. Like, I just have conversations, you know, but never screaming at each other. It's pointless.
People. That's me. Some of y'all motherfuckers roll like that. I don't even roll like that with my friends. Like, I will not insult you, even insult you. Some shit that he's gonna do that's gonna piss me off, or some shit I'm gonna do that's gonna piss me off, that's gonna piss him off. I don't assume that it comes from a place of malice, or else we have a bigger problem. You understand what I'm saying? All that to say, the screaming, the calling names, those are steps before the hitting.
True.
You don't go from this
I was gonna say that.
to no. Listen, to a hit. Shit escalated. That's just me. And I said that when I was 16 to my girl. Maybe it's because of what I saw, what I saw and what I was raised with. My parents, they had arguments. And at some point I remember that it was start to yell a bit much, but I was so not used to that I got downstairs and I was like, yo, like, are you guys separating and stuff like that? Mm-hmm. And they were like, they realized, and they said, no, we're just talking, but it's okay.
My parents were about to kill each other. Anyway,